Hello everyone, and welcome back to Game of Thrones Kingsroad. Now in the last episode we went to Castle Black, and unfortunately our uncle Kennett, I believe his name was actually killed by a White Walker while we were ranging north of the wall. And we did all that at the behest of our Lord Father, who is trying to now make us the Lord here of Renan's Rest, I believe it's called. And that would make us the new head of House Tyre. And I do have to say, so I normally in these series, especially in something that's narrative driven and everything, I would like to just show you guys everything and all of that. But this is a mobile freemium game, and because of that, you actually can't really just do quests. Like the main quest and the side quest. You can't really just do that because there is what is known as momentum. And momentum, what that basically is your character's total combat ability, essentially. And as you progress, I found, well, I read and everything, that you basically will get soft locked and have to spend a bunch of money in order to actually really progress. Or you can put in a lot of time. So this is going to be a little bit difficult to actually do a series on for the longer term, because as we progress, we will actually get to where we are unable to actually do the main quest. Even it doesn't even matter how good you are at the combat of the game. You will just get one hit, and it will not be very fun. So you may have noticed when I clicked the character info, we are at almost 12,000 momentum. We were previously at 2,000. This is because I actually started back on the assassin character, and I will probably have to do that a little bit more, where I will just keep playing on there, and basically I can upgrade artifacts and things like that in order to actually increase the total account level. So it's going to seem a little weird, but just understand why that's happening. And regardless, I've skipped the main quest as far as watching it and things like that, so I just basically did the motions when I had to. And otherwise, I was just going through the more, I guess, multiplayer sorts of elements and things like that in order to make the experience a little more seamless. So these episodes may not be able to be as often. It may take me some time. It just depends on what happens with the character and everything. And yeah, so that is something that you'll want to consider too if you do play. But however, I will say, if you are not yet started on the game, I highly recommend the assassin character. I largely think that the game was actually built kind of around the assassin character in a way, because the knight is great, don't get me wrong. It's still probably my favorite overall because it's just a nice fit for the universe. Sellsword is, I don't know if it really fits that great for what they're trying to go for, but the assassin character, it really gives off those kind of faceless men, you know, Arya Stark sorts of vibes and everything, and the skills are just awesome. So yeah, that's something to consider. I would say go for it. But, you know, of course, everybody has their own flavor. Maybe you just prefer to be a knight. Maybe you prefer to have big two-handed weapons or something like that. I have no idea. That is just my thought process. So, with all of that out of the way, I think it is time for us to think about our skills. And this screen is a little bit annoying. It's it'll keep playing that over and over. Don't worry about it. Just bear with it, I suppose. And we have a couple of different skills. I'm just going to click back and forth between them so you don't have to listen to that sound over and over again. And basically, this one's a dash forward and shoulder check the enemy, then spin to inflict a forward slash. And the way I look at this, the daze is important because that allows you to use your mighty strike, which is basically, it stops them from being able to move, and you're able to get basically free attacks off on them. And we also have the pommel strike, deals damage to the enemy with a powerful pommel strike. And the only real difference here is that they have This one has a longer cooldown and requires less rage. This one requires more rage, but a slightly lower cooldown. And then, of course, the total amount of damage power. So I think we're going to go with the shoulder charge as our main. And I did notice when I was playing the assassin character that it is kind of better to focus on one skill and push it up basically as far as you can. And basically once you have maybe this actually increases the amount, the cost actually increases after a point. As you can see, it's now up to 2. And I would say maybe around when you're spending 3 on this main skill that you're using, then you start to upgrade another one. And that's kind of what for me. Now, we are probably going to be going with the strike combo as well, the strike combo 1. I just feel that, especially in the main quest, and just really anywhere, it's most easy to get the strike combo 1 off. You could go for the strike combo 3, I think. Actually, this one's okay. Strike combo 4. You could go for this, but you have to get the 4 light attacks off, and then you have to go for 2 heavy attacks after that. And I just feel like this is a little more difficult to pull off in regular situations. So because of that, strike combo is kind of the best all around because it's just easy to get off. Now, it doesn't have a huge amount of additional attack power, but these skills that you get over here help that out because it increases the total amount of damage and everything. So we are going to be going for this. And now we have level 3, and I do think that you should go for the skill masteries before you actually progress further, that's my opinion. And this one, both of them increase the combo damage. This one, hitting with strike combo 1 grants a stack of Valor. I don't know what Valor does. Stack of Valor does not tell me. This one inflicts burn. Okay. Burn is actually pretty good, I think, because it helps against whites. And I don't know how much we're going to fix them, but this is kind of difficult. I don't know what Valor does. Valor stacks up to 8 times and switching to Fighting Spirit at max stacks. I have no idea what that is. Well, if I don't know what it is, then I can't say that it's good. I think the burn is probably going to be better then. So we'll go ahead and put 1 point on that. And we also have our trait tree to worry about. And I personally prefer most of the attack stuff. You can reset this, and you can reset your skills at any time for free. So, I mean, you could go defend stuff if you really wanted to. There's probably some good stuff in here, like parries and things like that. But I find that I like the attack stuff. And if you ever need the support stuff, you can just reset and say you want to craft your own bolts. Well, you can just put points on this, and then you can just reset it and go back to your attack stuff. There's no penalty for this. So what we're going to do, I actually looked at the critical rate stuff, and the rate is so low and the damage increase is so low as well that I actually am moving away from this. I don't really care for it. We can take a look, but let's see here. Stats. Critical rate is just 0, and the damage is just a 52% increase. It's decent, but if you only have a 1% chance of that, it's kind of I feel like that's a waste of a skill point. They should probably do something about that. But I actually want to go for this increased rage gain. That's pretty good, and so is the attack power. We're going to go... we need 20 points before we can get one of these. And we're going to go ahead and just put all of our points into the rage gain for now. So with that out of the way, I don't think there's anything else major. Let's take a look at our equipment. And I don't think we're going to have anything that's better than what we've already got. Probably not. So we're just going to go ahead and move forward with the main quest.
Don't argue. There's broth in the kitchens. You need rest.
No, I need work.
There's nothing for you to do. Master Snow, tell the girl there's nothing for her to do.
Master, please.
Lark, see to it your father's brought back as soon as possible. We need him here. Then, do as Mary says. You need rest.
Thank you.
Mary, I don't have long. Father would have me ride south. What is the state of the keep?
It's grim, I won't lie to you. The place has been crumbling for years. We need food, repairs. Lark was carrying the supplies we needed.
We'll find a way. Brennan's Rest has stood through worse. But can we defend ourselves if the wildlings reach our walls?
I couldn't say. Hadn't thought it'd come to that. Caspar would know. He's at the forge, tending to the armory.
Okay, so it looks like we have to fix up our keep a little. Wait, hold on. Why is this? Okay, because I did that on the other account. It was just a small quest that really wasn't very important. Anyways, where are we heading off to? Can we do it? Oh, we can. Okay. So the estate, I believe, is account-wide, but I guess we can still do this quest, so that's kind of interesting. Nope. Okay, maybe we can't. It wants us to craft. Since I've already obviously done this. Yes. Okay. Just equip it. And I guess that's it. Okay. I thought that there was a little quest. Maybe that was all there was. I don't really remember at this point. But either way, we don't really have to worry about the estate stuff. I will just take care of that when I'm on the assassin character.
Mary, I've done what I can around the keep. It will hold for now.
Thank you, Master. But what are you planning? You seem troubled.
We have bigger problems. I need to speak with the other houses.
You only just got home. Sir Marek...
Sir Marek will need you to care for him while I'm gone.
Of course, Master. He'll want for nothing. And please, be careful. You mean a great deal to this place. To all of us.
Okay, so it looks like we're traveling to the last hearth now. So, got some extra equipments. Nothing too great, but it is definitely welcome. Now, I have to see something else. If it is also... Okay, it's account-wide. But if you are playing, there is a little thing right up here, and you just go up that ladder, run across, jump over onto this cart, and you will get what is known as tribute, and that can be used in the shop here, actually. You just go over here, and it's tribute, and you can just use it here. As you can see, I already have a little bit of it. You will find those across the world, and you will actually be able to see it in chat. Speaking of chat, we will just make sure we're in our little custom channel so that we don't see. And we'll actually, what we'll do, so you guys can actually see this, put it to system. So what you'll see is it'll say there's like little whispers or something like that, and that will tell you that there is one of these things nearby. So you'll want to kind of stop if you feel like it and look around. You probably should, because it will help your progression and everything like that. Especially one thing you're not going to notice is us being full on our inventory all the time. Inventory is also shared across the account. So all of your equipments and stuff is shared between both characters. You won't really notice that we have as much of an issue with it because I have already upgraded our inventory slots and everything, but tribute is one way that you can actually do that if you so choose. So otherwise, I'm going to get over to Last Hearth, and I will be back with you guys shortly. Okay, so I found one of them, and it's just right here. You just investigate, and there you go, some tribute. So I guess I missed this one. These are account-wide as well, so that means I definitely did not find that one on the assassin character, but now we did. We're going to go ahead and take care of this little quest as well.
What are you two on about?
My lord, there's a white raven perched near the road to the keep. This lackwit got scared, swears it's a wildling scout.
And this genius thinks it's a gift from the old gods. Wants to boil it down and feed it to your father, my lord. There'll be wildlings. Are we going, just the three of us?
What do you want to tell the guards? Come quick, there's a crow.
Well, I'd use better words than that. But you're no better. Since when's ravens meat a medicine?
A white raven, my friend. A white raven.
Look there! Watching us like that. With those beady little eyes. Ain't that a scout?
Usually scouts stay hidden, Finn.
Not when they're wargs. They hide themselves and send out animals to be their eyes.
It's a crow, and nothing more. Are we done here?
Yes, my lord.
I'll go bring in the sheep.
We'd best get to it. Wasted half the day on this.
Okay, so these crows actually show you to like hidden
You
treasure
want me
and
to
things
follow
like
you?
that. So we're gonna go ahead and follow it, see what it brings us to.
What am I doing here? Did we run into this earlier? Finn with a pistol sniper.
Now you may be noticing there is actually no music now, and that's because I got hit with about 50 copyright notices when I uploaded the first video, and I did actually remove part of that music from one little part of the clip, about 3/4 of the way or something through, and now I just disabled it, and when I was doing the tutorial mission, it sounded super jarring, so just a heads up that there may be some parts that sound a little strange without the music, but for the most part I like the ambience anyways.
What's a wildling doing here?
Aye, I'm of the free folk and what of it? I just want to live. All that looting and killing's not for me, never was.
That's so. And if your band finds you?
They can go bugger themselves with a stick. I'll not be part of their raids. There's folk on both sides of the wall who just want to live their lives in peace. Just leave me be. That's all I ask.
Okay, doesn't seem like we have any. Maybe we could attack her if we wanted to. I'm not going to do that. I think the way I see it is we need everybody on our side that we possibly can for when the White Walkers attack, so.
I know you're not a normal crow.
And there he goes. Alright, yeah. So I think we're going to leave that wildling be. Live and let live, I say, in this case.
Oh, traveler, hold a moment. You seen any wildlings on your way here? Never known them to come this far south, but some of the villagers swear they saw one skulking about.
No, the roads have been quiet.
Aye, thought not. Folk have been jumping at shadows, what with all that happening up north. Keep safe in any case, no telling what's stuck in the roads of late.
Okay, so now we are going to make our way up to Last Hearth, and I will be back with you in a little bit.
Mr. Hother, young as ever.
I may be old, young master, but I could still give you a clip around the ear, I'll have you know.
I don't doubt it. Why are you out here?
Sifting through some new books I had delivered. A word of advice. You have two hands. You can hold a sword in one, but do put a book in the other, lest you end up like Aegon IV.
What would I do without you, Maester?
I shudder at the thought, young master.
Northern clans have long been threatened by wildlings and Ironborn. In particular, House Nori, located near the Gift, was a frequent target of wildlings who crossed the wall. Because of this, they are on friendly terms with the Night's Watch, who have similar goals, and they have also favorable relations with the northernmost House Umber. Officially, the defenders of the wall are known as the Night's Watch. It is the support of the northern clans like Nori and Flint, and families large and small like the House Tyre and House Umber, that the Night's Watch is able to fulfill its mission of defending the wall. Mountain tribe culture. The Alpine tribes have one thing in common. They are a highly idolized warrior culture. Many of their main customs, rules, and lifestyles are centered around warriors. A typical example is the way they call for duels. Anyone who enters the tribe carrying an item belonging to a warrior defeated in a previous battle is treated with respect, even if he is a stranger. He can challenge any warrior with a higher rank than the owner of the item to a duel. If a warrior avoids a duel, he is considered cowardly.
Our former ward, what are you doing this far from your home? I had no word that you returned to the north.
Last hearth looks just like it did when I was the Great John's ward. You are as graceful as ever.
I see you brought your father's humors with you. John and I expected our wards to be every bit as wild as your father. But you and your brothers were always so well behaved. It's heartening to see you grew up well.
I wish I was here under better circumstances. I'm sorry to hear about your husband.
He is alive, at least. Though I believe you deserve sympathies as much as I.
Yes. Father's health is failing. His affliction grows worse by the day.
He deserves better than to die this way. And with your brothers killed at the Red Wedding.
He called me home to claim the family name.
Dire circumstances indeed. I will tell the Maester to send a poultice to your father first thing in the morrow. John would want me to do anything I could for his old friend.
My lady, the men of the Night's Watch need your aid.
They always need aid, child. What can I do for you?
I returned from Castle Black with grave news. An army of wildlings marches on the wall, driven from their homes by something much worse. The dead rise beyond the wall. I've seen it with my own eyes. Steel cannot kill them. We can only hope to slow them down. Please, you must send north anything you can spare. Men, weapons, anything to help the Watch deal with this army of the dead.
Well, that's truly a story, my dear friend. You will remember, House Umber marched south with King Rob's forces. We lost some 2,000 men in the campaign. And when the Red Wedding happened, Last Hearth is in no position to lose more men. But we have not forgotten the times your family and the Night's Watch have stood with us. House Umber will not shirk its duty to the realm. There are some fresh blades and hauberks from the forgers. You may take them to the wall.
Thank you, my lady. I would stay a while longer, but I must ride on. I must speak to Lord Bolton about presenting my father's writ of legitimization to the king.
It shan't hurt to ask him about support for the wall either. I'd sooner hang Roose Bolton than ask him for help, but he is the Warden of the North. He has a duty to protect it.
I'm here to collect the weapons Lady Umber pledged to the Watch.
About that. They's... gone.
Gone?
Gone. Someone in a black cloak said he was here for the Night's Watch. Just wanted weapons and such. Clean the whole place out.
Why you got eyes if you can't use them? Can't tell a crow from a rat.
What? Shut up! 'Twas the Black of the Night's Watch!
Could have been the Black of the Dondarrions for all you know, idiot.
Could not. Why'd Lord Barrick come all the way up here? Besides, everything looks black in the dark.
Do you know where he went?
Said he was going to the wall. But he went south instead of north.
Any holdfast to the south is under Bolton control.
But the Boltons just moved into Winterfell. Dunno what they'd want with our weapons.
It ain't the Boltons, you lackwit. Why'd they pretend to be crows? Look, if they're heading further south, they'd have to go through Long Lake. We got eyes all over the last river, and they'd wear out their knees pulling that old sled they took that far south. My gut tells me they'll have a ship waiting.
You two inform the lady and meet me at the lake. I'll track down the thieves. These look like sled tracks. Tracks are fresh. Likely the thieves I'm after. A fork in the road. Here. They weren't very careful. One of their carts. And their disguises. There's barely any snow on it. They can't have gotten far. Looks like that guard was right.
Seven hells! Where'd they come from? Form up! Cut them down!
There's more of them! Away from the wagon! Oh, how's Tyre, is it? Thanks for the help. Castle Black's always open to someone like you. Gods watch over you. Safe travels.
They came through here. The sled tracks continue towards the lake, but some of them broke off toward that hut. Dead. Executed, looks like.
Davian's orders. Be prepared to deal with the is travel along the waters of Long Lake to avoid the eyes of the last hearth.
In the name of Lord Roose of the House Bolton, Lord of Winterfell and Warden of the North, I sentence you to death. You again, Ryder. Following me, are you?
Another traitor, is it?
Aye. North's full of traitors, just got to look hard enough. Got an issue with that, do you?
Aye, I do. The North's got no place for the likes of you.
Hoped you'd say that. About time your head found its place on a spike.
Who are you?
I'm with House Tyre. I'm here for the weapons you stole.
Tyre?
Who the shit is Tyre?
Doesn't matter. Hand over the weapons. The real Night's Watch needs them. The dead march beyond the wall, and before them is an army of over 100,000 wildling warriors. You must have seen them too. Some have already scaled the wall and are setting fire to the gift.
Think you need to keep from the Isle. Not about no army is coming from the wall.
And I ain't never heard of no walking corpses, neither.
I know what I saw. Whatever your cause is, the Watch needs these weapons more than you.
Love to help. But the people of the North need 'em more. Night's Watch got a comfy castle to hide in and plenty of steel. People of the North got none of that. Damn war took everything from 'em. Homes, cattle, husbands, sons. Least they deserves a weapon to defend themselves with. What good's a Night's Watch if there's no one left to watch over?
No. Those weapons were pledged to the Watch.
Gods, we gotta look over his back.
I'm just surprised you remembered the way to Long Lake.
Shut up! Or I drown you in it.
Both of you shut your mouth and put your backs into it, you blubbering fools. So, you found your weapons, did you?
All accounted for. I should continue to Winterfell.
You two! What are you standing around for? Get those weapons to the Watch! There's more than bandits to worry about on the roads these days. I'll ride with you, some other way. Where's your horse? Come on. It's a long way to Winterfell. See what I have to deal with? Of course, the job will whip him into shape soon enough. The North does that to a man. House Umber knows that better than anyone. Except perhaps the Night's Watch.
Thank you again.
I wish you luck on your mission. Won't be easy convincing Lord Bolton to pledge support for the wall. Man like that's more likely to skin you than listen to you. And the further south you go, the less anyone will care. You'll speak of honor, duty, the ancient oaths. Those words mean little when the threat's a world away. Try telling some lordling in the Reach there's an army of the dead marching on the wall. They'll laugh. Say it's just a tale to frighten children. They'd rather close their eyes than dream of whores, silver, and wine. But I lost my appetite when I saw all those wildlings in the gift. They must be on the run from something. This is as far as we'll go. That's Winterfell down there. Watch the roads. Gods alone know who's got a handful of iron and eyes on your purse. You wouldn't be the first stranger gone missing these days.
Help! Help! The bandits are back! Everyone, get inside!
That's all you got. You take me for a fool.
Please, this is all we have. Have mercy!
Your mercy's at the end of this blade. I'll cut off that lion tongue and sell your daughters to the nearest brothel.
Not today, outlaw.
Sounds like you're confused about how this goes. I'll show you.
Thank you, traveler. There's not much I can give you, but...
Is this the way to Winterfell?
Just down the road, up the hill. You can't miss it. Tell me if there's more you wish to discuss. Oi! And where do you think you're going?
I'm here to speak to Lord Bolton. Business of the Watch.
Lord Bolton ain't interested in a war. Piss off back where you came from.
It's for your own good. He don't take kindly to conmen. You know how many sods have come round here wanting to speak to Lord Bolton since we took over from the Starks?
You wouldn't be the first of them to get flayed and put up as a warning.
You there, stranger! Aldous wants to speak to you at the tavern.
Aldous. He's the big guy over there.
So, what's a well-armed stranger doing in Winterfell?
Who's asking?
Aldous. Was a farmer till the Ironborn came. Now I'm here, and everyone's uncle, so they say. You come from Northways. No Ironborn that way, too far from the sea. Round here, pillaging's as good as any other job. When the Starks said brow sweat, they meant field toil, woodworking, and blacksmithing. Now, the Ironborn have left their iron price here.
I need an audience with Lord Bolton. There are important matters to discuss.
Well, then it's good you came to me. There's a gang that's been robbing some homesteaders blind. Even taking their wives and kids. Lord Bolton don't got men to spare, but that's his taxpayers they're rounding up. Nick back some of their loot, and you'll have your audience by sundown.
Isn't it Lord Bolton's duty to keep his lands safe?
You must have been gone a long time. Lord Bolton only just moved into Winterfell.
He's got bigger problems to deal with. He don't care what happens to people like us. All he cares is if we've got taxes for him to pluck. And there won't be none at this rate.
What do you make of this gang?
A bunch of deserters and malcontents. They were just pests under the Starks. But between people losing their homes to the war and the Boltons sitting on their thumbs, they're out of control.
Where are they?
There's this kid called Henley. Decent enough lad. Ran into this gang on the road and lost his horse. Could have lost his life too. Now he works as a stable hand to Lord Bolton. He'll tell you where to find him.
Oh, don't think I've seen your face around here.
I'm here on business. Aldous said you know about some local gang.
The Dancing Fools. Seen the camp with my own eyes and lived to tell.
Tell me about it.
Was riding my master's horse to Wintertown when they jumped me. Dragged us both all the way to their camp. Thought they'd flog me to death, but I slipped out when they started arguing.
Where is this camp of theirs?
I'll mark it on your map. Talk to me again if you need Winterfell too.
Thank you.
This is from old Kerwin's stead down the road.
Right.
Anything to keep that mad bastard happy a bit longer. I don't fancy being flayed.
What's that? Sounds like some noble prick's feast.
It's where Ramsay Bolton takes your skin off with a knife, lackwit.
Quite the camp. But I've only got 2 hands. Best start with the farmer's valuables. Aldous was lying.
Please, you're here to save us. Oh, there's a key on the desk there. Oh, they kept it close for when the nights grow cold. Oh, gods be good.
It ain't just us here. Please, find the others.
Aye. You hide and keep quiet.
Oi! Where'd you get that sword?
There'll be others. Get your people out of here.
Out! Come on, lads!
Too many blades for my liking. Best tread lightly.
How'd you get past the guards?
We take more than hands round here for thieving.
risking your neck for a bunch of shit-covered farmers? Think they'd do the same for you?
If there's something here, those tents would be my guess. Stores of seeds. These bandits were thorough. Empty. Nothing but a few grains stuck to the bottom. If there was coin here, it's gone now. Rusty hinges. Nothing. Must be keeping their spoils somewhere else. There. That building's where I'd keep it. Mostly coppers, but there's some gold in here. Enough for those family.
You think you can march into my camp, cut down my men, and take my hard-earned coin?
This'll have to do. Aldous can send someone to get the rest.
Well, well, if it isn't our good-hearted guest.
My lord, I come seeking an audience with your father, Lord Roose Bolton. I am here on behalf of the Night's Watch, and of my father, Sir Marek of Renan's Rest.
A nobody from up north requesting an audience with my father, eh? That sounded a lot more like a demand now, didn't it? Demanding an audience right after butchering loyal Bolton men. It would be funnier if a common bandit weren't bringing me such a large bag of valuables. The punishment for theft is losing a hand. Assaulting a lord's tax collector is far more serious. And from what I'm told, you mince them so finely, we could make pies from them. Most lords would have had you executed for murder by now.
So, those bandits, they were working for you? My pardons, my lord. It looked to me like they were pillaging your innocent subjects.
Innocent? When they pay me chaff and empty sacks as taxes, the people of the North have an obligation to their liege lord. They should know no good will come from defying me.
The man standing next to you told me this was the surest way to earn the attention of your father.
That much was obvious enough. But the good sir and I have already had a word about that. He'll think twice before going behind my back, like a good boy. But that leaves you. If I remember my table manners, it's polite to knock on the front door, not murder a few families. You've left me no alternative. I could hang you, but it's tradition to spend a night in the dungeons. Think about what you've done wrong. Bring whatever this thing is with us. I wonder if it's a screamer or a blubbering idiot. Go fetch Reek when you're done. I've found a little friend for him to play with.
Another one of your pet projects, son. I should think one would be more than enough. Let us show this stranger some hospitality. You had something important enough to kill people for. What was it?
Business of the Night's Watch, and the last wishes of my father, Sir Marek. Someone at the tavern told me he would get me an audience with your lordship in exchange for a favor.
Just as well you didn't kill this guest. Hurting a member of the Watch would have even more houses in the north poised against us. I'm sure they were acting in self-defense. Release the bastard at once.
Okay, so I think that is where we are going to call it. So I have to say, not exactly what I expected out of Ramsay there. I figured he would have definitely been trying to flay us up a little bit, but luckily Roose came to our rescue a little bit there. And additionally, I do have to say, the voice actors in this are doing a pretty good job. It's obvious that they are not the actors who portray their characters in the show and everything, but I think they do a good job on the cadence of how they would talk and things like that. John's was particularly good. We'll have to see how the rest of the cast ends up doing. Ramsay's, his seems pretty good, but I feel like that kind of the accent or whatever that he's doing could get a little bit old maybe, but overall pretty good. So that is going to be it, and for some reason the combat thing, the combat UI in the bottom right is not there. I think that's a setting, so I'll have to change that before the next episode. And I may even change things up a little bit. Maybe I'll take the artifacts we have off when we're playing this character, and that way maybe things won't be too easy for too much longer, but either way the main quest will progress and we'll get into some harder fights either way. But otherwise, that is going to be it for this episode, so as always, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.